This is the sixth and final part of my mini-series on how to get a steady stream of coaching clients on autopilot. The old build it and they will come is rarely true on the internet. And as a life coach, you have to go out and give your ideal clients a reason to come learn about you. Today, I'm talking about sending traffic to your lead magnet. That's one of the primary entry points into your world. There are others along the way, such as someone signing up for your podcast, YouTube, social, or whatever you choose as your engagement engine. But your lead magnet is often what makes the most sense for you to be leading with. The most common place for you to be sharing your lead magnet is within your engagement engine. That's just what I call your weekly content that you create that genuinely helps your ideal clients by giving them information that they need to solve their challenges, also known as pain points. I talked about this in episode number 62. It was 2 episodes earlier, which is called Getting Coaching Clients Comes Down to This. You can have it as a recurring intro or outro, but I find that it's even more effective when you can weave it into the conversation. Your weekly content may also use social posts. On an intentional frequency, use it as an opportunity to mention your lead magnet. Often you may link to a longer form piece of content of yours, but at least once per month, you'll also want to link to your lead magnet. Your weekly content should include emails to your email list. This could be a great opportunity to link to your lead magnet. How often you do it depends on when and if they have seen your lead magnet before. If every person on your email list has come from your one lead magnet, you may only mention it offhandedly every few months. But if you have multiple lead magnets, it's a great way to interact with your audience by showing them a different lead magnet that maybe they haven't seen before, assuming that it's also relevant to them. Using your engagement engine, using every type of content that you create to send people to your lead magnet, it is one way of sending traffic. And you can create new types of content like a free webinar, masterclass, a challenge, etc. Using all of the above methods to attract additional interest to send people to sign up for this short-term free information is a great way to create this burst of interest and therefore traffic. What every piece of content in your engagement engine has in common is that it is being shown to your audience. And that leads me to the second way of sending traffic to your lead magnet, and that is to get in front of other people's audiences. I've seen life coaches find success in being a guest on other people's podcasts. The strategy is to find a podcaster that has a related yet different niche who has an audience that would find value from hearing from you. When you're doing the interview, your goal is to provide as much value as possible and also letting them know about how your lead magnet can help them get a quick win. That's how both the podcast host's audience and you both find a benefit to doing the guest podcasting. They get value from hearing your approach to solving their pain points, and you get some new people coming onto your email list. It's a win-win. There are primarily 3 ways of getting a guest podcasting slot. First is paying for a matchmaking service. There are a handful of bigger names of companies that will match you with podcast hosts or to find someone to be a guest on your podcast. I used Podcast Bookers for a client for a handful of months, and she made her money back and then some in clients that came from that. There are other names too that pop up with a Google search. She was paying $750 per month for 3 matches per month. So she was a guest on someone else's podcast 3 times per month. The second method is to become part of a Facebook group that matches hosts and guests. This is always a free option. It's always free from what I've seen. Instead of paying money for someone to find a match for you, you scroll through all the posts and you find a match for yourself, reaching out directly to that host. The third way is to reach out to your own network. This is obviously going to work best if you are already connected with podcast hosts in similar yet different enough niches. Guest podcasting is not the only way of getting in front of other people's audiences. A joint venture campaign is also exceptional. This is where you get the word out to your audience that promotes something that someone else is doing, like their webinar or their lead magnet. The way you get the word out is up to you. I said campaign. It could be on your longer form content like podcast or YouTube. It could be via social media, or what I've seen more of is email collaborations. And what's beautiful about this approach is that there is a level of trust that automatically comes when someone recommends you. It's just very different than someone cold who's never heard of you seeing your meta ad. The way to go about a joint venture campaign is to reach out to your network searching for other coaches, authors, and course creators in related niches. Both people benefit. I've gone over leveraging your own network and seeking out other people's audiences. The third and last method is paid advertising. In my experience, meta ads are the most accessible and effective way of consistently bringing in new audience members. I've gone over the steps to creating an effective ad campaign in an earlier episode. I have a client who built her business off of paid ads. It's not always clear exactly how much business the ads themselves have brought in. Ad tracking can be quite good, but there are some actions that are just not trackable, such as someone new Googling you because they heard about you in an ad, or finding your podcast after first hearing about you from the ad. But I do consider paid ads not required, but highly recommended if you're able to afford it, because it keeps a constant flow of people new to you flowing through your funnel. And when I say if you can afford it, you can start for as low as $30 a month. That's $1 a day. Just something that starts triggering any type of flow of people coming in. The more you invest, the faster you learn, and the more people you coming in. If you're having trouble finding motivation to write emails or social posts for your audience because you don't have an audience, that is especially why paid ads are so helpful. It gives you someone to talk to that you can then convert into an engaged audience member and eventually a paying client. Those are really the primary methods of sending traffic. There are more, but if you dig into nailing several of these, then you'll be well on your way to getting a constant stream of paying clients on autopilot. I'll talk to you next week.